Hi guys, welcome. Skyworks Solutions is one of my favorite companies to analyze. Not only are they profitable and growing fast, but their financial numbers are solid, making their earnings report a joy to read. And not surprisingly, Skyworks has reported another strong quarter with revenue growing 52% and earnings per share up 162% year on year. Skyworks is riding on the wave of 5G upgrades on a global scale, being one of the market leaders in this space. And the story is only getting better. The 5G proliferation has enabled more use cases that fall directly on Skyworks' path, propelling them to greater heights. Further, they have also acquired the infrastructure and automotive business of Silicon Labs to broaden their customer segment. One of the qualms investors had with Skyworks was its heavy dependence on the mobile phone producers. Whether or not this new segment will bring in more revenue remains to be seen. But the management is upbeat and has given a revenue guidance of between 1.27 billion and 1.33 billion for the next quarter. At the lower end of that range, the revenue growth will come in at 32.7% year on year. Last quarter's revenue growth guidance was 49%, and they turned in revenue growth of 52%. On top of that, Skyworks revenue is seasonal with holiday sales, so we can expect another strong quarter. As usual, let's dive into the financials starting with the income statement. As stated earlier, the quarterly revenue has been growing, and with the guidance for the next quarter, it will remain strong. The gross profit has also jumped up, but is closer to the 2017 peak, but still overall higher than the previous average of around $450 million. The gross margin is a strong 50%, evidence of Skyworks' market leadership. Research and development account for a big chunk of the operating expenses. It has been growing consistently over the years. The selling and general admin that includes payroll and management's compensation has also been growing. This chart gives a good perspective on these numbers. The ratio of R&D and sales and general admin versus revenue has been slowly creeping up, but at 7.6% and 11.7%, these are still reasonable numbers. I've seen companies with inferior products invest 50% of their revenue into sales. The operating income is $340 million this quarter, and it is back to the previous levels reached in 2017. The benefit from income taxes has helped to elevate the net income higher than the 2017 levels. The net margin is again another solid 30%. The earnings per share is growing, and with the further growth expected in the next quarter, the expected earnings per share will be $2.37. For this quarter, the PE is 21.6. And with the year-over-year revenue coming in at 52%, the PEG ratio is 0.42. And based on guidance for next quarter, the PEG ratio will be 0.6. These are bargain valuation numbers for Skyworks, making them a value buy for a market-leading technology company in a growing market space. Though Skyworks' net income at $338 million is much higher compared to the same quarter in 2020, the net cash provided by operating activities is only marginally higher. Two items in the cash flow statement contributed to this drop. The first is the change in the receivables. The second, and the one that I'm really concerned about, is the other current and long-term assets and liabilities over here. I could not find any info on what this item is related to in the financial report. At $79.4 million, Skyworks should have given more clarity on this extraordinary item. The net effect is a big drop in the operating income, and after taking away the capital expenditure, the free cash flow has also dropped quite heavily. As free cash flow is a significant indicator of profitability, it is probably why the share price started to go sideways and slightly to the downside. I believe investors are getting a bit concerned and are taking a wait-and-see approach. There is also another issue with Skyworks taking on debt for the first time, almost $1.5 billion. The debt was mainly to finance the acquisition of Silicon Labs infrastructure and automotive business. The assets side of things is still strong with a nice cash pile and property, plant and equipment for the tangible assets. The debt issuance has propped up the cash position, but once the acquisition is concluded, the cash position will drop back. Here's the chart that I shared in my last video on Skyworks. My prediction at the time was for the share price to bounce up slightly from the $160 level, but eventually to drop below $160 with a target of $139. The trend channel had been broken, and I thought a deeper correction is likely to take place. Here's the updated chart. Instead, the $160 level provided strong support from where the price bounced up, consolidated in a sideways move, and pushed higher to test $200. But it was not able to recapture the trend channel. Another new trend line has formed instead as Skyworks went on a sideways consolidation. Currently, there is strong support at 160 and overhead resistance at 195-200 region. The volume is on the way down, indicating Skyworks is consolidating at these prices, and investors are taking a wait-and-see approach. I am bullish on Skyworks. If volume picks up and Skyworks breaks $200, it will reach new record highs. A pullback around 160 is a buy as the price is likely to launch from this level, but I doubt it will fall to 160 again. At most, it will come down to 175. If you are interested in 5G stocks, check out this video on Qualcomm that I published last week. Please subscribe if you have found this sharing useful and if you would like to get more stock analysis video like this. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon in the next one.